Penguin Random House Audio presents The People versus Tech: How the Internet is Killing Democracy and How We Save It, by Jamie Bartlett. Read for you by Sandro Monetti. Introduction. In the coming few years, either tech will destroy democracy and the social order as we know it, or politics will stamp its authority over the digital world. It is becoming increasingly clear that technology is currently winning this battle, crushing a diminished and enfeebled opponent. This book is about why this is happening and how we can still turn it around. By technology, I do not mean all technology, of course. The word itself, like democracy, came from an amalgamation of two Greek words, techne, meaning skill, and logos, meaning study, and therefore encompasses practically everything in the modern world. I am not referring to the lathe, the power loom, the motor car, the MRI scanner, or the F-16 fighter jet. I mean specifically the digital technologies associated with Silicon Valley, social media platforms, big data, mobile technology, and artificial intelligence that are increasingly dominating economic, political, and social life. It's clear that these technologies have, on balance, made us more informed, wealthier, and in some ways, happier. After all, technology tends to expand human capabilities, produce new opportunities, and increase productivity. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're good for democracy. In exchange for the undeniable benefits of technological progress and greater personal freedom, we have allowed too many other fundamental components of a functioning political system to be undermined: control, parliamentary sovereignty, economic equality, civic society, and an informed citizenry. And the tech revolution has only just got going. As I'll show, the coming years will see further dramatic improvements in digital technology. On the current trajectory, within a generation or two, the contradictions between democracy and technology will exhaust themselves. Strangely, for an idea that nearly everyone claims to value, no one can agree on precisely what democracy means. The political theorist Bernard Crick once said its true meaning is stored up somewhere in heaven. Broadly speaking, it is both a principle of how to govern ourselves and a set of institutions which allow for sovereignty to be derived from the people. Exactly how this works changes from place to place and over time, but easily, the most workable and popular version is modern liberal representative democracy. When I use the term democracy from now on, this is what I'm referring to. And I am only looking at mature Western democracies. To look beyond that is a different subject entirely. This form of democracy typically means that representatives of the people are elected to make decisions on their behalf, and that there is a set of interlocking institutions making the whole thing work. This includes periodic elections, a healthy civil society, certain individual rights, well-organized political parties, an effective bureaucracy, and a free and vigilant media. Even that is not enough. Democracies also need committed citizens who believe in the wider democratic ideals of distributed power, rights, compromise, and informed debate. Every stable modern democracy shares nearly all of these features. This is not another book-length whinge about rapacious capitalists who masquerade as cool tech guys, nor a morality tale about grasping multinationals. Democracy has seen off plenty of them over the years. While there are certainly contradictions in minimizing tax while claiming to empower people, doing so doesn't necessarily betray insincerity. And on first glance, technology is a boon to democracy. It certainly improves and extends the sphere of human freedom and offers access to new information and ideas. It gives previously unheard groups in society a platform and creates new ways to pool knowledge and coordinate action. These are aspects of a healthy democratic society too. However, at a deep level, these two grand systems, technology and democracy, are locked in a bitter conflict. They are products of completely different eras and run according to different rules and principles. The machinery of democracy was built during a time of nation-states, hierarchies, deference, and industrialized economies. The fundamental features of digital tech are at odds with this model: non-geographical, decentralized, data-driven, subject to network effects and exponential growth. Put simply, democracy wasn't designed for this. That's not really anyone's fault, not even Mark Zuckerberg's. I'm hardly alone in thinking this, by the way. Many early digital pioneers saw how what they called cyberspace was mismatched with the physical world too. John Perry Barlow's oft-quoted 1996 Declaration of the Independence of Cyberspace sums up this tension rather well. Governments derive their just powers from the consent of the governed. You have neither solicited nor received ours. We do not invite you. You do not know us, nor do you know our world. Your legal concepts of property, expression, identity, movement and context do not apply to us. They are all based on matter, and there is no matter here. This is an exhilarating statement of the freedom offered by the Internet that still holds digital aficionados in thrall. But democracy is based on matter, in addition to the legal concepts of property, expression, identity, and movement. If you scratch beneath Silicon Valley's corporate pieties about connectivity, networks, and global communities, you'll find that an anti-democratic impulse continues to exist. In the following pages, I will argue that there are 6 key pillars that make democracy work, not just as an abstract idea, but also as a workable system of collective self-government that people believe in and support. These are active citizens, alert, independent-minded citizens who are capable of making important moral judgments. A shared culture, a democratic culture which rests on a commonly agreed reality, a shared identity, and a spirit of compromise. Free elections, elections that are free, fair, and trusted. Stakeholder equality, manageable levels of equality, including a sizable middle class. Competitive economy and civic freedom, a competitive economy and an independent civil society. Trust in authority, a sovereign authority that can enforce the people's will but remains trustworthy and accountable to them. In the following chapters, I will examine these pillars and explain why and how they are threatened. In some cases, they are under siege already. In other cases, I will look a little further ahead and argue that they soon will be. Whether it's the rise of smart machines limiting our capacity for moral judgment, the reappearance of tribal politics, or the prospect of mass unemployment as hyper-efficient robots displace breathtaking humans, democracy is under assault from all sides. Some of these threats are familiar. There is nothing particularly new about angry politics, unemployment, or citizen apathy, although they are taking a new form. But other threats are entirely novel. Smart machines might replace human decision-makers, transforming political choices in ways we don't yet fully understand. Invisible algorithms are creating new, hard-to-see sources of power and injustice. As more of the world gets connected, it will be easier for a small number of rogue actors to cause immense damage and harm, often beyond the reach of the law. We don't have a clue how to deal with these problems. In the final chapter, I project how things might unfold if we continue on our current trajectory. We won't witness a repeat of the 1930s, everyone's favourite analogy. Rather, I believe that democracy will fail in new and unexpected ways. The looming dystopia to fear is a shell democracy run by smart machines and a new elite of progressive but authoritarian technocrats. And the worst part is that lots of people will prefer this, since it will probably offer them more prosperity and security than what we have now. But we shouldn't start smashing the machines just yet. For one thing, there is currently a tech arms race between democratic societies and their Russian and Chinese counterparts, and it is important for the democracies to win this race. And if subjected to democratic control, the tech revolution could transform our societies in myriad positive ways. However, both tech and democracy need to change dramatically. At the end of the book, I have 20 suggestions for how democracy, and more importantly, each of us, must change in order to survive in an era of ubiquitous intelligent machines, big data, and a digital public sphere. At this point, you might well think I am a hypocrite, that I probably wrote this book on a laptop, used Google for my research, will tweet about the publication date, and
Sample complete. Ready to continue?